because of how he was making it look. Like he'll call out somebody else that's like. But now that I see that I feel as though he's still a clown because that's his personality.
He called out Canelo in the ring. Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down.
Heyman would say, oh, Tank Davis is better. But better at what? Is he better at selling tickets? Is he better at selling stadiums out? Is he better at creating controversy?
Davis shocked supporters by announcing Jake Paul as his next target during the press conference following his most recent bout against Lamont Roach. This surprising announcement has generated controversy, particularly considering Davis previously rejected Paul.
Who were you going to call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here.
I ain't gonna do him.
He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next question.
In a tweet, Davis called him out, demonstrating both respect and faith in his skills. Paul praised Davis's abilities and presence in boxing, writing, "Gervonta has my respect inside the ring when he comes to fight one of the top 5 in the world right now. Outside the ring, he is standing on his own and representing America. Given his size, I would destroy him in the ring, but I'm watching tonight because of what he represents." Paul's reaction was a mixture of confidence and reverence. He acknowledged Davis's fighting prowess and influence outside the ring, but he also made it apparent that he thinks his size. In a prospective fight, Davis wouldn't be able to handle the advantage, and this discussion has only increased rumors that the two could face off. Although fans are excited about the prospect of a fight between Davis, a dominant force in the lightweight division, and Paul, who has been competing at...
Jake, what do you think of Jake?
Clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
Would you look at it as a joke if if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like, come on, man?
I laugh at him. Like, you want me to fight him?
You think it'll ever come to the point where you're going to mix into, I mean, you're obviously doing the real shit, but will it ever mix into the point where the money's big enough
Yeah,
for
would you ever
to
do a
take...
fight like that?
I feel as though in my career I can't.
Cruiserweight, Davis would be at a significant size disadvantage. It is now up to Davis to see if he will respond to Paul's most recent remarks. Davis v. Jake is now being called out by Davis. Paul has denied in earlier interviews that he would ever fight him. Davis dismissed the idea of labeling Paul a clown and stated he wouldn't even consider it. But now his position has changed, and he appears amenable to arranging the battle. This sudden development has fans buzzing and speculating. Davis received a large payout. Although some people think he wants to permanently shut Paul down, his new challenge has fueled their ongoing back and forth. Paul has been vying for fights with elite opponents, and Davis's inclusion only heightens the intrigue. However, there is still the issue of weight. Despite their differences, Davis, a dominant force in the lightweight division, would have to give up significant size against the much bigger Paul. With both fighters still taking jabs at one another, the boxing world is now closely observing to see if this unexpected rivalry develops into a real fight. Davis's call-out indicates that he is willing to consider the possibility that this is just talk, or the start of actual negotiations.
Now, he called out Canelo in the ring. Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
is there a height limit in boxing?
Paul has stated that he is willing to engage in combat. While fans question whether this battle makes sense, Paul, who has been pursuing well-known opponents, seems confident in his chances against the smaller but extremely talented Davis, who stated that he would be extremely down for the matchup. Paul's team has stepped in to clarify their position, saying that Davis, not Jake, needs this fight. They believe that even though Davis is an elite boxer, a fight with Paul would attract more public attention and money than any fight he could book on his own. This statement has sparked controversy, with Davis's supporters claiming that the undefeated boxing champion doesn't need Paul to remain relevant. But there's no doubting the kind of buzz a fight with Paul generates. He has regularly attracted enormous pay-per-view numbers and developed a fan base. Now that both sides have acknowledged the possibility of a fight, it is unclear whether negotiations will truly proceed beyond typical boxing audiences. Fans are eager to see if this develops into a huge showdown after Davis first wrote off Paul as a clown. Now that he's calling him out, the prospect feels more serious than ever.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Where do you think you'd be without Calvin?
Thanks.
Life in general. I'm from the inner city. I was outside, like, you know what I mean? that answer your question. I don't want to say I was like, you know.
Yeah,
but,
blessing.
You know.
How do you feel about the state of American boxing? Do you feel like you're keeping it afloat since Canelo is doing 3 out of 4 fights in Saudi Arabia? Right?
He fighting over there?
3 out of the 4, yeah.
He got a fight over there?
Yeah, 3 of the 4.
I thought they be having fights here too.
Well, he's playing on fights here, but Canelo is
he got a fight over there.
He got a fight over there. Then he comes back with Crawford, and then 2 next year over there.
So he fighting Crawford here?
Yeah.
So
that's not bad.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, they've been saying like, I don't want what's the name, but they've been saying like they've been getting messed up over there, bro. Like everything is different. Like they've been sick, and not only one fighter. Like they've been numerous fighters have been getting sick over there. So I don't know, bro. And you see how the guy was? He looked at the scorecard.
Turkey hopped up and the score.
But when I said it, it was like.
I know, I'm trying
the
to
way how he was talking, he was like, yeah, Devin, my man, like, you know what I mean? We want to get Tank over here and fight. Man, I already know what y'all gonna do. Like,
Jake Paul was defending you. He put a tweet saying like, this is what Tank was talking.
See? Yeah. But every time I say something, it's like I'm hating because I'm going against the grain. Like, I mean, not even going against the grain. I'm letting not, you know.
So to that point, do you feel like a responsibility to the sport in America? I know you're thinking about retirement, but it's like things are going rough in the States. Everything's going over there.
Yeah, but it's like people selling that stuff. Like, you know, even the picture where everybody was in the room. That shit look like some devil shit.
Some cult, right?
Yeah.
Tank Davis has been outspoken about his beliefs that fighters who accept large incentives to participate in Saudi Arabia are selling their souls. He has voiced concerns about the increasing number of well-known boxing contests held in the Middle East, suggesting that financial incentives are displacing the sport's integrity. Nevertheless, there is some debate surrounding this viewpoint. Critics contend that financial considerations have always played a role in boxing, and that the sport may be elevated by prospects in emerging markets like Saudi Arabia. Worldwide. Profile thus, Davis's remarks add to the continuing discussion on how to strike a balance between financial rewards and upholding boxing's fundamental principles. In conclusion, Gervonta Davis's claim that fighters who accept offers from places like Saudi Arabia are selling their souls shows his worry about the direction of sports. His own cautious approach to these opportunities shows a dedication to upholding the integrity of sports despite significant financial.
He got lucky as a draw. He did a good fight though. I thought he won it, but man, he gotta just create more action. That's a sparring session as far as I'm concerned. Oh my God. But God damn, that's not the Gervonta I know.
Many believe that Davis, who once dismissed Paul as a clown, is now pursuing the same financial opportunities he criticized others for. This shift has sparked debate, with some defending him as merely making a business move. Fans are now criticizing Davis for his hypocrisy after he previously criticized fighters for selling their souls by accepting lucrative offers, but is now entertaining a fight with Jake Paul. Edwin, a Twitter user, summed up the backlash by tweeting Jake Paul, "Yeah, Tank was ready to sell his soul." Others contend that this goes against what he has said in the past. In response to Gervonta Davis's performance against Lamont Roach, Jake Paul has offered both praise and criticism. While acknowledging that the fight was excellent, Paul noted that Davis needed to produce more action, saying it felt more like a sparring session. He also said that this wasn't the Gervonta Davis he knew, demonstrating his obvious dissatisfaction with the performance. Given their constant back and forth, Paul's remarks imply that he anticipated a more forceful and aggressive performance from Davis. This response exacerbates their possible rivalry and leaves fans wondering whether Davis will answer with a better performance the following time.
What do you think about the Logan Pauls, the Jake Pauls, and the other guys, like Ochocinco, fighting and what they bring to the world of boxing? Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing for boxing?
You know, I feel as though at first I didn't like how Jake Paul was coming in.
Why is that?
Because of how he was making it look like he'll call out somebody else that's like. But now that I see that I feel as though he's still a clown because that's his personality. He's still a clown.
That's how he gets paid. Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
But far as him like in the gym, I feel like I'm starting to respect it because he's not doing it like for the hype. He was really like trying to be a boxer.
Okay, but real talk, if he actually faces a real boxer, which we haven't seen yet, you're shaking your head. But real talk for you, Tank. If he gets his ass in the ring with a real boxer, what's gonna happen?
I mean, if they pick his fight right, I think that he's decent.
Yeah.
Like he's good. I mean, he's not good, but he's going that way. If he continue to do like stay in the gym, like you say, like you get up in the morning, like he's a boxer. You know what I mean? He's in the gym, so.
Is he better than you thought he'd be?
Yeah.
Tank. At first, Davis didn't like Jake Paul's approach to the boxing world because he thought Paul was making fun of the sport by criticizing opponents in a way that didn't appear sincere or serious. Although many traditional boxing fans saw Paul's rise as nothing more than a spectacle, Davis's opinion has slightly changed. While he still views Paul as a clown in terms of his personality and self-promotion, he has begun to respect his dedication to the sport. Davis saw Paul as a clown who was using boxing more as an entertainment platform than as a craft. Davis admits that rather than merely following the buzz, Paul is working hard in the gym and sincerely attempting to get better as a boxer. This change in viewpoint implies that Davis believes Paul has promise, at least in the sense that he is committed to practicing and treating the sport with seriousness.